You're watching NappyCast by Jason Nappy Weather. I'm tracking a severe weather threat for across the country and also into Maine, my loyal followers in Maine. That's coming up in just a couple of minutes here, so stay tuned for that. Across the country right now, we've got a kind of dying front that's going to turn into a cold front, and it's going to push east. As this front heads east, that is going to be the trigger mechanism, a part of the trigger mechanism to fire up showers and thunderstorms here. You see that with the fronts coming through. There is your cold front coming in from the west to the east, and this is going to be tomorrow afternoon, especially up in New England and Maine. There's also an area of low pressure that's going to come through into eastern Canada, and that is going to fuel a lot in the way of the shower and thunderstorm, tornadoes, wind, and hail threat in Maine. So I'll get into all of that in the forecast in just a second. There is where the front is going to be. This is today across the Ohio Valley, and eventually that is going to push towards the east. So be prepared for severe weather. Make sure you have a weather plan and you are ready as this storm is going to basically push east the next couple of days. And then for tomorrow, here is where that front is going to be. You see it right here. Okay, that's the trigger mechanism with an area of low pressure over Canada. Here's your trigger mechanism for the showers and thunderstorms and the threat for, yes, tornadoes. So one way to get severe weather is going to be heat. Okay, we're going to have that. So this is going to be tomorrow's forecast, the national outlook, but it shows where record highs are going to be popping up. So I want to show you the record highs tomorrow that are our forecast across the east here. You see a bunch of 90s here. So that's going to be a run for record highs. Desert Southwest, 115. That's not a record. That's typical. For us, though, in New England, it would be a record, okay, with temperatures spiking. Then we cool down a bit, and then next week, Sunday into Monday, this is Monday and Tuesday, look at all of this heat. This is coming in. This is dangerous. This is a huge area making a run for record heat and easily getting there with a run for triple digits heading down, especially in the tri-state, New York City, New Jersey, okay, that area, Connecticut. But even in Maine, making a run for 100, especially on Tuesday with the humidity, okay? Add the humidity in. The humidity is going to be very high. Okay, it's going to be incredibly high in the forecast. And here is that big ridge. The way to get record heat in New England is to have a high to our south and west. It amps up, okay, and pushes all that heat in from the south and west. And you have this trough east. This trough digs. So the more this trough digs and amps up, the more this high has to balance it and has to build, and this ridge has to build and amp up. So what you have is Mother Nature trying to balance herself by this high getting stronger because this low is getting stronger, right? So it's kind of like a battle in the atmosphere of what's going on. And that is going to be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, even Wednesday of next week before things begin to cool down. And then now I want to show you what is going on as far as the rainfall in Maine today and tomorrow. So today it is going to be in northern Maine, the Katahdin region north, from later on this afternoon. The thunderstorms, a low-end severe threat there, but mostly this is going to be a line coming down from the north, okay? So showers and thunderstorms. And then on Thursday morning, it stays up in the Boundary Plateau. Most of Thursday is dry, but Thursday after 5 o'clock, okay, Western Mountains, Rangeley, heading north, Katahdin region, you've got those showers and thunderstorms pushing in. I do not expect most of Maine and down east is not going to see this threat, okay, for tomorrow. This is not going to be a major thing, but especially to the west, especially the Western Mountains and even the foothills is where that threat's going to be. Once again, let me play it through on Thursday and show you that threat. So Thursday morning is clear until about 9, 10 o'clock in the Boundary Plateau. Okay, we get our first wave. We get a little lull middle of the day, and then by Thursday afternoon, Rangeley, Greenville, Rumford, okay, back just north of Bangor, Okay, so that is going to be into the evening time on Thursday. Okay, tomorrow is when that's going to be happening. So most of the southern coast doesn't get it, the mid coast doesn't get it, down east doesn't get it. Okay, this is mostly a north and west threat for that front because the energy for that system is heading up into Canada. It's not going to be pushing south. So I don't want people to get, to panic or think this is going to be a major event in Maine. It is not. It would be for the mountains at the most, for the most part, and also just a portion of inland. So mostly the foothills, okay, the western foothills, even the Oxford Hills has an opportunity there. But down east, mid coast, southern coast, I don't expect a lot of that. Now, we'll have rising humidity regardless today into tomorrow, a severe weather threat that I'll break down in more detail on jasonhappyweather.com, and a run for 100 degrees next week in the forecast. Once you add the humidity on and you go away from the coast, we're going to make a run for 100, especially in the southwest interior into next Tuesday time frame. But it'll be hot and humid from basically Sunday on, especially Monday and Tuesday. So here's the forecast in the mountains. 78 today, PM thunder north the Katahdin region, okay? Everyone else doesn't get it. In the mountains, see some PM thunder Thursday. It's the best opportunity there. Showers early Friday, and then 76, 78, and then here comes the heat for next week, 86, 88, okay? Now, inland, different story. So, pretty far away from the coast, western foothills, Oxford Hills, western Maine, and then heading north, okay, north of Bangor. That is where you're going to have that thunderstorm threat late Thursday, very late, okay? Then we get the summer solstice Friday, and then we crank the heat up Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 96. That is without humidity, that 96 I have there. So incredibly hot, record-breaking heat next week. It'll be 68 at the coast today. You have a south wind, onshore flow temperatures, even with the showers in the morning. So we're not going to break out into full sun, and temperatures aren't going to spike that much. It is Thursday where temperatures will spike a bit, 76. But because of the marine layer, I only have a slight opportunity for a thunderstorm Thursday at the coast. I really expect most of this is not going to make it to the coastline from the mountains because the energy is going north. And then we are clear Friday, Saturday. Sunday, there will be passing showers coming down from the mountains. And then it is 81, 90, and 80. And not a lot of thunderstorm activity at the coastline next week either. It's just going to be incredibly humid. Dew points will be in the mid, and I could even see some upper 70s. So summer is here. It is coming. Get the air conditioner in the window. Get the heat pump on. It is going to be a wild ride the next several days.